Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ride Free with George. You won't believe who we have as a guest today, Dr. Ezekiel Mutua. Na mnamjua kabisa. Dr. Ezekiel Mutua, karibu sana.
Hii kitu unasema ni nini? Twende sasa, anza kazi.
Hii ni Ride Free with George. Karibu.
Ride Free with George.
Ride Free with George.
Ride Free with George, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this amazing concept by George Moiruri. It's called Ride Free with George, and my name is Dr. Ezekiel Mutua. I'm the CEO of the Kenya Film Classification Board. I am a Kamba from Machakos. Unasikia hata nikiongea Kizungu nimesoma mpaka nikachanganyikiwa, but utasikia kakamba kanatokea kaukamba. Now that is very good because that shows that I know other languages and that I am also original. I am my father's son, and so Kikamba ndio identity yangu, kumjue mimi nilizaliwa na baba yangu na kwamba mimi ni Mkamba. But by that aside, George, I'm grateful for this opportunity and for what you are doing to keep going despite the coronavirus and the challenges it has brought. I think COVID-19 has taught us a lot of things. It has changed the way we do business. It has changed the way we live our lives. And I think the future lies in innovation, in new concepts. And I'm very grateful to see young men like you who don't just sit and lament and hate the government and, blame the government for everything, but you take a step and say, I'm not going to sit here and die. I've got to feed my family. I've got to hustle. I've got to put food on the table. And that's why, despite my busy schedule and my phobia about, getting into situations like this, bwana, ile mashini kwa nyuma inanifuata bwana, na hata zibebangu sikubaliwa watu wengine wakue. We ensure that we keep social distance. So mimi na hakikishanga tu kwamba tangu corona ianze, I don't even like a bodyguard on my car. No, mimi tuna driver. And if possible, most of the times I actually drive myself.
Shukuru sana.
Asante sana. Maisha ni hivyo. Maisha ni kuinuana, udugu ni kufaana bwana.
Yes, sir. You started with COVID, but let's start with a little bit about just a brief about your personal and professional journey. Yes, sir.
I was born in a place called Kaloleni, Mwala in Machakos County, 50 or thereabout years ago. And so a friend of mine tells me I'm half a century old. It makes it look so old. Yeah, so I was born 50 years or thereabout. I'm 50 plus. Hapo too. So, yeah, in abject poverty, bwana. I was born to Esther and Joseph, peasant farmers. My father, my parents were so poor. We were so poor in the village, my friend, that poor people used to call us poor. Now turn on your right, uteremuke. Poor people used to call us poor bwana. Tulikuwa maskini hapo sasa teremukia. Hiyo inaitwa Mudhangari hapo. Sasa twende hivyo. So tulikuwa wengi bwana. We were, I think, 12 of us. Football team na referee. My mother was just giving birth. She was following the scripture, go ye and feel the earth. She was feeling the earth. She was just obedient to the scripture. So we were so many. And of course, that comes with its own challenges in a family where we were not well up. And so I didn't have mentors. My elder brothers, because I'm spunk right in the middle, I'm number 6. So I have elder brothers who are very old. I have a brother of mine who is over 70. I have siblings, who are young. But our last born of my mom, I think she's she has very big kids. So we were many, and we grew up in that situation. Teremuka tu. Umeona hii sasa huku. I live generally in this area. Huku mitaa huku mahali huku generally huku itaonyesha kwangu but generally unaona somewhere there. Sasa sitaonyesha kabisa. Next time mtakuja nyumbani. So my father used to brew karubu, the traditional brew, and that's what they used to sell and feed us with and take us to school, you turn to your left. And I went to school late. Actually, I always say I went to school when I should have been finishing to Ikumin Primary School. But just to cut the long story short, my what I find quite interesting when I reflect on my childhood is that I started leadership very early, because I became the head boy of my primary school when I was quite young, and I started getting responsibilities. You can keep on your left. I started getting responsibilities and doing things that teachers would appreciate. So I get affirmation and so on. And so when I went to secondary school, by the way, when I did my CPE in 1983 in Ikumin Primary School, I topped in that school, which was also leadership in my view. I topped in that school, but also in the very wide area. And I was to go to a very good school called Machakos High School, but I didn't manage to go to Machakos High School. I ended up in a marketplace in Kangundo called Popular High School. Very poor school. And I always tell parents, don't kill people or bribe, or discourage your kids saying they have been called to bad schools. They are not bad schools. There is no school that makes greatness. It is the greatness in you and the effort that your child will make. Because I went to a school that I didn't deserve to go. I ended 33 points out of 36. I done very well. And I ended up in a school where people were coming with 19, 20 points. But I went, by Form 2, now there was Bamba Harvest in Ukambani, so I transferred myself to Mwala Secondary School in Form 3. I ended up becoming the school captain as well in that school. Then I went to Tala High School for my Form 5 and 6. I became school captain, CU chairman. I ended up in Kenyatta University. I wanted to do law, but I missed by the cutoff was increased that time. So I ended up doing Bachelor of Arts, BA in Sociology and Linguistics. I thought actually I would change it to Bachelor of Education, but somehow my appeal was not accepted. I ended up doing BA, and my roommate used to call it Bachelor of Anything, and he used to tell me, what, your situation is really dire, because what will you become? Bachelor of Anything. But after KU, I was so keen. When towards the end of my course, you can turn left. I ensured that I befriended every lecturer that I knew. Of course, I was very vibrant. I was in the Christian Union, and they wrote very good recommendations for me that helped me to get a job with the Nation Media Group.